Okay, guys, today I would like to tell about step 1, how to prepare a computer for visualizing. In part 1, you will do download and install desktop visualization software and Linux OS image. We will instruct may provide with a Linux OS image. Firstly, you need to download and install VirtualBox, VMware, and Oracle VirtualBox are two visualization programs that you can download and install to support the OS image file in the lab. You will use the VirtualBox application, and the link was given by Ma'am Honey, so we download that. Choose and download the appropriate installation file based on your operating system. After the VirtualBox installation file is downloaded, run the installer and accept the default installation settings. And the second is download a Linux image that given by Ubuntu website. Click the download link on this page to download and save an Ubuntu desktop image. Then the third is create a new virtual machine. Click start and search for VirtualBox. Click Oracle VM VirtualBox to open the manager. When the manager opens, click new to start the Ubuntu installation. And then the name and operating system screen, type Ubuntu in the name field. For the type field, select Linux in the version field, select the corresponding downloaded version. Click next to continue. In the memory size screen, increase the amount of RAM as long as the amount of RAM for the virtual machine in the green area. Going beyond the green area will adversely affect the performance of the host. Click next to continue. In the hard disk screen, click create to create a virtual hard disk now. The hard disk field type screen, use the default field type settings of VDI, which means a virtual box disk image. Click next to continue. In the storage on physical hard disk screen, use the default storage settings of dynamical allocated. Click next to continue. In the file location and size screen, you can adjust the hard drive and change the name and location of the virtual hard drive. Click create to use the default settings. And the 8 is when the hard drive creation is done, the new virtual machine is listed in the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager window. Select Ubuntu and click start into top menu. The step 2 will organized by my friend. Thank you.
Okay, for this process, I would like to explain how to install Ubuntu on the virtual machine. This is the step 2. So first, what we want to do is mount the image, the selected image that we downloaded. So in the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager window, right-click Ubuntu and select Settings. In the Ubuntu Settings window, click Storage in the left pane. Click Empty in the middle pane. In the right pane, click the CD symbol and select the file location of the Ubuntu image. Click OK to continue. The next step is, in the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager window, click Start in the top menu. Then, click OK, and we shall install the OS. In the welcome screen, you are prompted to try or install Ubuntu. The try option does not install the OS. Instead, it runs the OS straight from the image. In this lab, you will install the Ubuntu OS in this virtual machine. Click Install Ubuntu. Follow the on-screen instructions and provide the necessary information when prompted. Note, if you are not connected to the internet, you can continue to install and enable the netbook later. Because this Ubuntu installation is in a virtual machine, it is safe to erase the disk and install Ubuntu without affecting the host computer. If not, it might affect your whole physical computer with the virtual machine as well. Select Erase Disk and install Ubuntu. Otherwise, installing Ubuntu on a physical computer would erase all data on the disk and replace the existing operating system with Ubuntu. Click Install now to start the installation. Click continue to erase the disk and install Ubuntu. After that, a Who are you screen will be prompted. Instead, provide your name and choose a password. Use IDE user for your name and ID password for the password. You can use the username generated or enter a different username. If desired, you can change the other settings. Click continue. The Ubuntu OS is now installing in the virtual machine. This will take several minutes. When the installation is complete, a message will display. Return to the Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager window. Right-click Ubuntu and select Settings. In the Ubuntu Settings window, click Storage in the left pane. Click the mounted Ubuntu image in the middle pane. In the right pane, click the CD symbol and click Remove Disk from Virtual Drive. Click OK to continue. In the Ubuntu VM, click Restart Now. The third step will be explained by my friend.
Step 3 is explore the GUI. In this part, we will install the VisualBox Guest Edition and explore the Ubuntu GUI. Install Guest Edition. First step is log on to your Ubuntu virtual machine using the usual credential created in the previous part. Second is your Ubuntu desktop window may be smaller than expected. This is especially true on high resolution display. Click device. After that, insert guest edition CD image to install the guest edition. This allows more functions such as changing the screen resolution in the virtual machine. Third is click run to install the edition. When prompted for a password, use the same password that used to log on. Click authenticated to continue. If the computer was not connected to the internet during the installation, click devices. After that, network setting in the Oracle VirtualBox menu. Enable network adapter and configure the proper setting for network connection as necessary. Click OK. Fifth is when the installation of the edition is done, restart the virtual machine again. Click the menu in the upper right corner and click shutdown. After that, click restart to restart Ubuntu. The open a web browser step is first step log on the Ubuntu again. After you are logged on again, you can resize the virtual machine window. Second step is open a web browser. Depending on the Linux distribution, you may need to search for a web browser or there is a link to a web browser already on the desktop. Third step is locate a terminal emulator to access the command line interface. You will be using terminal emulator in later labs. Fourth step is explore the installed Linux distribution and located a few applications that you may use. What are the advantages and disadvantages of using a virtual machine? The advantages of virtual machine is first is security, second is reliability, third is ISA structure, fourth is multiply OS, fifth is malware identification. The disadvantages of virtual machine is cost, second is performance, third is efficiency, fourth is complexity, fifth is infections. That's all.